So let us create our web servers first. So go to portal.azure.com, click on create a resource, and then click on virtual machine. So let's create a new resource group for our web servers. So I want to call this front end. So our virtual machine name, let me call it front end web server 1. That's fine. Since this, so region, we are going to choose a region close to our users. I want to leave that South Africa note. Availability options, I will go for availability set. Also availability set name, let's create a new one. So I'm going to call our availability set name front end set. I'll leave the default domain as 2, update domain as 5 default. Okay. Alright, every other thing is fine. The size of the VM, so I'm going to do something cheap for the sake of our class. So you can see this is $4.96 dollars. So I'll choose that. So let's now go to our disk option. 30 disk type. Let's go for SSD, standard SSD. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. Networking. These are our front end servers, so we want them accessing from the internet. So they're going to have a private IP. They're also going to have a public IP. You can see, leave the default. And say delete this when VM is deleted, yes. So if we're okay with this, we can preview and create. Okay, so let's preview what we have created. We are fine. I also want my okay. So click on create. So download your keep here and then create your resource. So Azure is creating all the resources for me. Deployment is in progress. So as soon as this web server is ready, we're going to move forward to installing Nginx on the server as a web server. But before then, we need to allow port 80, which is a public server. Okay, so our resource deployment. So let's go to our network security group of our web server. So this is our web server. You can see it's our public IP and it's a virtual machine set name. You can see there's no DNS name, so let's configure. Let's give it a DNS name. So let's say web server 1, web server 1. Okay, so we're fine with this. So let's save. to our network security group of this our web server and allow port 80. Okay, so let's see. So you can see that our DNS name, our web server now have a DNS name. So let's now find a way of going to our network security group and allowing port 80. Okay, so let's do that. Go to networking. This is our inbound rule. From our inbound rule, you can see that SSH is allowed, but there's no port 80 allowed. So let's allow port 80. So from any IP address, from source port ranges, destination, any destination. So we want HTTP, which is port 80, to be allowed, and say add. So it will be allowed, it will be added to our inbound rule. Okay. Okay, this is it. So in our next class, we're going to connect to this our web server via SSH and install Nginx as our web server.